What's up, team? Before you set any more New Year's resolutions, ask yourself this important question. So, I think every year we set goals, set resolutions, right? And what do you do with them? How many of them do you actually remember? How many of them do you actually start? And for one, if it's really important, why are you waiting for January 1st to begin it? But really what I ask yourself is look at that list. And what do you see? Do you see a list of things that you should do? Or do you see a list of things that you actually really care about? Here's the really important question. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to you? Yeah, the most important one, the thing that we always talk about, diet and exercise, we know that it's important. But is it important to you? Why are you deciding to do that this year? Why now? Because the real truth of the matter is if you just have a list of things that you should do, you've done that before. We've all done that. We all know things that we should do and we don't do them. So let's go ahead and ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it for you? Because you're not really going to do it until you've determined that it's actually truly worth it for you. I was listening to a podcast about Jocko podcast. Him and Echo Charles were talking and kind of about this topic, and they were kind of debating and about this idea is that do they really know it's worth it? How do you know if it's really worth it? You think you know it's worth it, but then when it gets hard, you give up. It's not worth it. Because if it's really worth doing, it's going to require some sacrifice. It's going to hurt. It's going to cost you time, money, energy, pain. So if you haven't determined that it's worth it for you yet, you're not going to do it. If it's actually worth doing, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to wake up early? Is it really worth it to exercise? Is it really worth it to begin that new hobby, to begin that new craft? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to you? Figure out why. What is your motivation? What is your inspiration? Seek to be inspired, not just motivated, because motivation will go away. Motivation is a feeling. So why are you doing it? Seek for a greater purpose, a greater conviction. Not just that you should do it, but that you will do it. Stop making so many goals and resolutions that you can't even remember what they are. Pick one or two and do it. Well, let's get after it this year and make this year the best year yet.